this stuff, which that needs to be a whole separate investigation. But like, I feel like if you're going to be a state and you want, if you want ICE to be in your state as little as possible, cooperate with them, give them the local PD assets that they need. So we're not out here dumping 4,000 officers into a single state. And then once those assets are done and everybody who that we need to arrest off that list is gone, get the fuck out the state.
With regards to like these deportations,
she trying to go to the Iran. Sorry.
Yeah, we moving this train along. We talked about Kristi Noem. Guys, definitely we are going to start doing debates Sunday nights. We definitely got to probably get Kimberly on one, talk about immigration. So we're going to move on for now, and we're going to hit the next topic of the night. 98% of MAGA still support Trump on Iran strike. So let's break this down and see what this means. This is why we brought Lamb to defend all the Iran stuff. Something happened this week, though, despite that still support. Let me play this clip and we'll talk about it.
Out. No one wants to fight for Israel.
His hand. Oh, his hand.
Sir. Let go of your hand. Let go of the door. Let go of the door. The senator broke his hand. A sitting U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine. Sir. Control your Senate. We're stuck in the door. Okay, sir. A U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine. Hand's stuck. A U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine. You're a coward. Punk. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Why do you say that? Senator? Go fuck yourself. You were a shit seal. That's why you got kicked out. Fat ass.
Everybody sit down, please. Sit down, please. Everybody sit down, please. Everybody sit down, please.
I'm getting out of here.
That's fine. Everybody sit down, please.
Is your hand okay?
Okay. No, it's not.
This is disgusting. Disgusting.
Just pull it out.
Disgusting.
So, Gray, before you kick it off, I want to give backstory. Protester Brian McInnes interrupted Senate hearing, blaming Israel for Iran conflict. Senator Sheehy and police involved in removing him. As you can see, when they removed him, they broke his hand. He is a former Marine, and he was protesting Israel strikes on Iran. Vowed on Thursday to continue his campaign for the U.S. Senate as a Green Party candidate. What is your thoughts on his protest? Do you think this affects Trump's base or Trump in the midterms, I should say, and the Republicans' chances of controlling?
Well, a Republican senator beating up a veteran, breaking a limb, I think, doesn't look good. They already have issues with the VA where they were trying to like make the disability that they get be that if it isn't treated that you don't get compensation for that. So they're already making massive mistakes with veterans. As far as MAGA and Republican Party as a whole, I don't see how MAGA is not burning down the streets because Trump basically is saying that he's fine with illegal immigrants now. Trump posted on Truth Social that children can now get surgery for their privates. And he said he edited it, but the way that it was said, it doesn't seem like that was a mistake. Trump got us in another war. Everything that it seems like MAGA actually wanted, Trump seems to be doing the opposite. Now, Trump may be the most liberal president in history from looks of it. So with me, I don't see why MAGA's not protesting because when Joe Biden was a corpse in the office, we were supposed to go pull him out from the White House. We kicked him off the campaign, but Trump is actually going against policies that MAGA wants, and MAGA's not doing anything. But we were told to get rid of Joe Biden just because he was having Alzheimer's.
Damn. Well, Enzo, what's your response to that? Do you think this affects the base? What do you think?
That one dumbass Marine went to a congressional hearing in his full dress blues, violating UCMJ, as well as was seen outside waving a. I'm sorry. There's another video of him waving a Palestinian flag while in his dress blues too, just being a fucking idiot. No, I don't think that affects the American base whatsoever, because again, nobody can tie this entire war to Israel. That Israel is the one who's doing this. No, because when you actually look at things outside of a microscope and say Israel, you understand that 47 years, Iran has been the biggest issue in the Middle East. Everybody wants to cut off funding to Israel altogether. Okay, cool. Let's cut off all the funding to the Middle East. $150 billion a year. Let's cut off all the funding. And hold on. Why do we fund all these Middle Eastern countries? Oh, wait. Iran. Because Iran has been attacking every single country in the Middle East now for 47 years. This is why we got in alliances with countries in the Middle East. They've been attacking for 47 years. And this is why we give $150 billion to Middle Eastern countries every single year for protection. Cool. Let's go in there. Let's cut the head off the snake. Get rid of the Ayatollah. Get rid of the entire administration that is there. Let the Iranian people be free and not actually have a genocidal fucking regime in there, as well as cripple our two biggest adversaries, as in China, as well as Russia, with the oil that flows from Iran to those two countries. This is bigger than Israel. When you look at things outside the microscope, you see all of this.
I want to play one more clip and then I'll get Kamal and Kimberly in there. This clip right here is backstory on the Marine that got kicked out. Let's watch.
Hey, I'm going through mental trauma. I'm not trying to broadcast this for sympathy. I know there's plenty of other people. I would rather keep this to myself and just try to move forward. I do wear my feelings on my shoulders or a heart on my sleeve. But since I know many other people are probably struggling with mental trauma from whatever reason, and me specifically from the Gaza genocide and my military experience and participating in atrocities at the bidding of the American government and the American military, and now coming to terms with now all the noise stopping and slowing down, and my having children and seeing and now remembering what I've done. It just haunts me, and so I'm just here trying to help for educational purpose anybody else who might have this problem. For years and years, I just thought PTSD was an enigmatic problem. I couldn't put my finger on it. I didn't know if I had it or not. They said people who were veterans would have it, and I was like, I don't know if I have it. What is it? I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't think I'm depressed. Am I depressed? And through lots of self-searching and therapy and, trying to deal with and figure out what my life is, bad marital relationship, bad relationships past that, just my own personal issues. I think everybody has their own issues. I've come to terms and understand, and the genocide has really brought it home, because when the genocide started on October 7th, I knew Palestine was the victim all along, and that Israel was the lying, deceitful perpetrator of false flag events to continue legitimizing, justifying their horrible track record of military occupation and torture of the Palestinians, and deliberately trying to fool the American public so they can keep their funding coming from America and milk us dry for all of our money. And Netanyahu himself has said he wants to, suck us dry and partition us and sell us off to the world. So just know that. That's what Netanyahu's plan is, and he's in America again talking to Trump. The Epstein files are legit. I don't know if you're paying attention to them, but anyway, I'm going through self-trauma, and it's surfacing as depression. I'm isolating myself. I don't want to talk to anybody. My relationships are falling in on themselves, and I don't have the energy to just like facilitate repair of those relationships right away. There's pressing issues I have to deal with, and my relationships are a part of that, and
I couldn't take any more, Kamal. I hope you've seen enough to respond. What's your thoughts?
I mean, he most definitely going through some shit because this nigga was all over the place. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about after a while. What type of protest was he doing though? That I'm like, was he
He's
going in?
protesting against, because at the time they were voting, they were about to vote to
Okay,
continue the strikes on Iran. So he's
yeah.
protesting that from happening.
So he went in there just talking shit, basically, and then he didn't comply, and he got his arm snapped the fucking half. That's basically what happened.
Correct. And let me say this, I'm assuming that the Senate is similar to a federal hearing. When I went to the Diddy trial, they don't play any games when you're in federal proceedings. You cannot
Yeah.
talk. And so even when we were in the overflow room, you cannot talk. You can leave and come and go as you please, but you have to leave and come and go peacefully. And you can't have outbursts. So there are rules to all of this, and you have to honor it. And the marshals do not play. It doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah. I'm just like, I feel like bro knew that shit or whatever, and he just wanted to make a spectacle. Well, here you go, nigga. You got clout. There you go. Better use your clout wisely, I guess. You know what I mean? But I mean, he going through something because he was talking. He was all over the goddamn place. I didn't know. After a while, I even was getting confused. I'm like, bro, what is going on? Please land the plane. God damn. Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, if he protesting like that, I mean, what they always tell us black Americans, comply, right? Nigga, you should have complied and left out that room. You know they was going through some federal stuff. Just saying.
Kimberly, why should we care about this protester? I mean, I appreciate his service as a Marine, but what's your thoughts on it?
I believe in civil disobedience to prove a point. I believe in the right to people's right to protest, even if it goes against the rules of decorum in the courthouse. Fuck decorum. Two things. I don't like posting about my personal life, and I think, for the most part, people should heal like on their own, because when you show your vulnerabilities like this, then you're an easy target. You're putting your personal life out there, then people are going to attack you for your personal life. If you want to keep your personal life personal, then don't put it out there, right? On the other half of that is he clearly was going through something. I look at that and I see somebody who wanted to make a statement, and he did. Did he do it for attention, or did he do it like, I think he was more like selfless, regardless of if he was going through something or not. And I also see a system that fails veterans. I see it with my landlord all the time. He's always having issues with the VA. He's always calling me to complain about the freaking VA. He's a combat Vietnam War veteran. He's really old, and they're still not helping him out as they should. He has to go to Tijuana sometimes. Oh, like where I'm at right now, to get some dental work done, because it's so bureaucratic. Sorry, my mouth is swollen. And complicated. The whole process is convoluted, really, to even just get seen. So I think that trauma is what makes us more empathetic to one another. I have trauma. I don't know if anybody else here has trauma. I have trauma. You won't see me posting about it, but that's what, connects us on a human level. So I empathize with him. I'm sure he's going through something. I hope he finds the help that he needs, and they shouldn't have broken his arm, even if he was being even if he was interrupting. Like I said, I believe in civil disobedience to prove a point, and I'd be saying it if it was somebody that I disagreed with who was making a statement for something that I don't agree with.
Well, he also is very pro-Palestine. He wears the I don't know, the scarf. Let me play this clip.
I love Palestine. Yeah.
Hey, if you think the Free Palestine movement promotes hate, you're wrong. Please take it from me, an American veteran, Brian McGinnis. It's not. I am genuinely speaking up for Palestine.
A hero.
Palestinians have been oppressed militarily for 77 years, and it is wrong. That's the true direction of hate here, is that the state of Israel is hating the Palestinians and is killing them and brutally terrorizing them for years and years and years. And now they're turning around and acting as if they're the victims and they're the ones that are experiencing hate. Just know that the Kafia and the Free Palestine movement are not a hateful group. We are standing up for justice, and don't believe the lies. That's just my plea to you. I'm not a I'm not a devious person. I am a genuine person, and this is the truth. My family's Palestinian. They are great people. They harbor no hate. They are very loving. And so just please don't believe the lie that the Free Palestine movement is a hateful movement. Okay? Please, for me and for justice, for reality. Okay? Love, peace, free. Love y'all. Free Palestine.
A hero. I love it.
Lamb, I want to get you in here. Are you a Zionist like Enzo? I just want to make sure I'm calling this correct.
I listen, I support Israel. I think they are the lesser of the many evils when it comes to the Middle East. I mean, I don't really think there's anybody in the Middle East that has a moral high ground or that are good people, right? The UAE has a history of bombing a school bus full of children. Saudi Arabia has a history of doing horrible things to women. We can go on and on down the line. I don't think there's anybody in the Middle East that has a moral high ground. I think when it comes to a country in the Middle East, I think Israel is definitely one of the more stable, other than probably Saudi Arabia goes, when it comes to an allyship. And when it comes to an allyship, especially when it comes to the military side of things, you have to have stability, and not every Middle East country has that. I mean, again, if we want to go morality, we have skeletons. Everybody's done horrible things. I am pro Israel, but I think the Israel Gaza thing is a horrible situation, no matter how you like cut it. Like, it's people dying on both sides. I have people in Israel that I am friends with. I know people who are in Palestine that they are friends with. Like, it's a horrible situation.
Kimberly, where'd you go? Oh, sorry.
But when it comes down to like a strict allyship, yeah, I am pro Israel because they are the most stable in that region.
I'm here.
I was like, okay, you lost signal. So Kimberly, he said that to say pro-Palestine is not evil. Why is it not evil in your opinion, to you? And what do you think about what Lamb said about Israel being, being respectful, Kimberly? Remember, we talked about this censoring. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think it's an equal playing field? Lamb has compared both sides, which is I'm not countering it myself personally, but what's your thoughts on the video that you saw?
Sorry, I was getting a medical pass trying to like cross over the border, but um so there's just so much to unpack. But no, it's not hateful to be pro-Palestine. It's pro-humanity. And you're just for people who are being oppressed and obliterated. And they've said that. Don't take my word for it, take their word for it. They literally say that. I think that this whole Zionist movement, the whole Armageddon movement, the excuse that it's a religious reason, it's not all true. We're all just pawns, and any one of us can be wrong. I also want to say I'm not disrespectful. I respect everybody's opinion. One of the closest people to me in my life is an Israeli Zionist Jew, and I love him, and I love all people. But at the end of the day, Israel are not victims. They're the bullies. They're the ones going out wreaking havoc. They're the ones bombing other countries. Iran has shown many restraint, many over the years. They did not want a war. They've said they don't want a war. They literally begged us not to. But we folded their arm backwards and forced them into the situation that I hate. And the UAEs are friends. So yeah, I agree that the UAE's they're not good people. A lot of the Gulf states that are our friends are not good people because, well, I mean, there's like a whole other conversation to be had there about the Middle East and who our friends are and who our friends are not. But it also differs between the populations and the governments, what the opinions are about what is happening with Palestine. And their ultimate goal is to take over the land. They have said it themselves that their plan is for greater Israel, which includes Gaza, which includes the West Bank, which includes Lebanon, includes parts of Syria, which they're already occupying. And the problem with that is not, like I said, a religious argument or even a economic or strategic argument. It's really more a moral argument. Right makes might. or use of force means that we have to kill people. And the price of killing people is our own moral compass, like our humanity. Like that's my argument, is our humanity. But it's also illogical. There's no logical argument for the defense of Israel, and there's no even economic argument for the defense of Israel, because it's not just the money that we give them every year, it's the money that we put into all of these wars, which is trillions of dollars. It's the majority of our debt, and it makes us less safe. It's why people hate us. They don't hate us because we're free. They hate us because we're the ones bombing the shit out of them. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I can love all people, and it's not hateful to say that you're for Palestine. I would take a bullet for that cause. There's been so much death, so much destruction, and at this point, anybody who doesn't see that, who doesn't understand it, I mean, it's
Yeah.
just illogical and it's immoral.
Can I add something to
Yeah,
this?
you can add something, and I was gonna get you anyways. But go ahead.
Cool. So my thing with this whole Palestinian Israel fiasco, war, genocide, whatever you guys want to call it nowadays, that's going on is all of us here agree that Hamas is bad, right?
Yes, I condemn Hamas. I also condemn
Okay,
the
cool.
IDF.
Hamas is the ones who's governing Palestine, right?
Only because the Likud party and Benjamin
It's
Netanyahu
just a
used
yes
the
or no.
funding of
That's
that
it.
party because it was a militant party over 18 years ago. They didn't want the Palestinian Authority to win because they weren't a militant.
That's fine. It's
Benjamin
just a yes
Netanyahu
or
was caught in
it's
a hot
just a
mic
yes or
and he
no.
said that this is why they were doing it. So yes,
All right, so
that
it's
is
just a yes or
who
no. That's it.
rules it. It's been for 18 years. They haven't had any elections. They are militant. They are radicalized, and I do condemn all violence.
All right, so that's a long way just to say yes. All right, cool. So
Yes, nuance.
yeah, I didn't need the nuance in it. So with this war with Iran, Iran is one of the biggest, it is the biggest sponsor to terrorist groups in the region, Hezbollah, as well as Hamas, the Houthis, all these countries that the Iranians, I'm sorry, that the Israelis have been fighting for the last 4 years now since October 7th. Fighting Hezbollah in Lebanon, fighting the Houthis in Yemen, fighting Hamas in Israel. If we want free Iran, I'm sorry, free Palestine, like everybody wants, I don't understand how the free Palestine movement's not on board with this, cutting off the supplier to funding for Hamas to actually free their people. I don't understand that. You guys want free Palestine. You want the war to stop. You want the genocide to stop. And you want the Palestinian people to be free. One thing also, but they're not talking about the Iranians that are living under an oppressive regime, that their regime is unaliving or killing their people themselves, slaughtering their people in the streets to the tune of 30,000 before the United States got in there and started making attacks. But we'll sit here and complain about the civilians that were unalived in Palestine from the IDF because it is an oppressive regime, but we won't go after the ones who's funding Hamas, who's controlling Gaza for this war to continue. Once once Hamas is gone, I guarantee the war is going to stop, because who are they going to keep fighting? The Palestinian people? No, I don't think the Palestinian people are going to pick up weapons if they're so innocent. No, it's Hamas that they're fighting, not the Palestinian people. You cut
I
off the
condemn the
funding, it
oppressive
all
regime.
stops.
Can I say something? Can I say
Hold
something?
on. Let's get Kamal in here. Go ahead, Kamal.
No, I just want to shout somebody in the chat, man. King Align or whatever. Thank you for the gift, bro. Thank you for gifting. You feel me? We gotta start acknowledging when people be gifting on the chat. That's money right there. Appreciate
How do you know? I don't see it on my side.
You have to look on the phone view. I figured that out this week, that it doesn't show on StreamYard. So people be giving gifts. Like he gave another gift. Appreciate it, King. Appreciate everybody else that give gifts too, man. If y'all don't give donations, give gifts on the phone side of the game.
Give gifts.
I personally love gifts.
We
Gifts.
have a new party trip in April to make a documentary for y'all. So please, at the end, you can donate. You can donate on Kamal's side as well. So please. Anyway, sorry.
Real quick, I just want to say.
Go ahead, Greg.
What a lot of people don't know is that Mossad actually wanted Hamas to win the election. If you go and look at their actual intel, it says that if Hamas is in control, we have a much better chance of getting the land from Gaza. Now, did they allow October the 7th to happen? That's highly debated. But Mossad does have intel, and this has been proven to be correct, that they felt like they would have a better chance at military strategy if Hamas was in control and that the negative people were in control rather than people who could win the hearts and minds of people. I just wanted to add that.
I have one more clip, and then we're gonna move on to the final topic of the night. Enzo and my other Republican friend Lamb, this is for you. This is your favorite griper.
This stupid fucking ridiculous hat when I was in college, like an idiot. When I was 18, I had people threatening to kick my ass. I wore this in the cafeteria. I became a pariah. And look at what it has profited all of us. They said, no more endless wars. They said tariffs, mate, we're going to win so big. They said, we're going to build a wall. Mexico will pay for it. It just got 10 feet taller. It was a lie. It was a lie. And hindsight is 2020. All we can do is stop being suckers today. That's all we can do.
That's right,
We
Nick.
wanted to believe nobly. We had hope. We believed. We were wrong. I've been anti-Trump, critical of Trump for many, many years. All we can do is stop being suckered one single more day. I'm done. And I'm not saying, hey, I'm a Democrat and I'm in favor of feminism. I'm not left wing, but I'll play both sides. I'll give you an example. Sean
Perfect timing
McGuire.
for that comment.
Maybe you've never heard that name. You should. You should know it. Sean McGuire is a partner at Sequoia. Sequoia is one of the most powerful and most influential and largest venture capital firms in Silicon Valley. So venture capital makes these risky investments, hoping to find the next tech unicorn, hoping to find the next Google, and they raise money for these risky bets, investing in tech startups and increasingly defense technology. Sean McGuire is a Jew. His wife is Israeli. Children are Israeli. He is a lifelong Democrat, voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. After October 7th, 2023, when Israel came under attack, that guy became a Republican. He became a Trump supporter. Go figure. Lifelong liberal Democrat from San Francisco. Israeli wife, Israeli kids. He's a Jew. He's pro-Israel. He only invests his venture capital money into defense tech firms that he knows are going to be pro-Israel, by the way. That guy became a MAGA supporter after October 7th, 2023. Today, and by the way, so transparent. Why do you think that is? Today, I tweeted, I'm going to vote Democrat because I can play both sides too. Jews can play both sides. Other people can play both sides. I'm smarter than your average bear. I'm smarter than your average goy. I'm going to play both sides too. If Republicans don't do what I want, I'll go with the enemy. I'll go sleep with the best friend. You betray me. You don't do what I want you to do. You break your promises. I'll go to the other team. It doesn't mean I believe in them, but I'll go to them because I know they're going to fuck you. You know what Sean McGuire said? He goes, the Democrat Party is the party of Nick Fuentes. Now, riddle me this. Sean McGuire can be a Democrat his whole life. He can vote for Hillary Clinton. He can donate money to the Clinton campaign. He becomes a Republican when Israel's under attack. But when the GOP stops doing what they say they'll do, when they take us to war in Iran and they put America last, I can't now vote Democrat? Why not? He can play both sides. The Jew can play both sides. The pro-Israel crowd, they play both sides. When the Democrats are letting in all the immigrants to diminish white Christians, they're in favor of that. When Israel's under attack, they can switch up and they can vote Republican. And they could say, I'm not the real conservative. Nick Fuentes is not the real MAGA guy. Well, I don't know about you, Sean McGuire, but I knocked on doors for Trump in 2016. You can't say that. I took a van full of
he didn't.
college volunteers to Manchester, New Hampshire.
Were they
in
all
October
men?
2016 to knock on doors for Donald Trump.
There's nothing wrong with being
In a
gay.
MAGA hat the day after the Billy Bush tape dropped.
He is such a fucking
Okay,
liar.
I was there. I wrote articles for Regated, which was some MAGA peed outlet. And I went.
I've heard enough.
He's not
My
Mexican. On behalf of all Mexicans, Nick Fuentes is not Mexican.
I don't think he wants to be Mexican, but
Yeah,
anyway.
they say he is Mexican though.
Come on,
like
before I
in
let
Googles
the
and all that.
Republicans get in here, what do you
Yeah.
think about all what you've heard? He's now asking for them to switch sides, similar to the Black community. We were historically Democrat, but 20% of us did switch over to the Republican side, you know, collectively. I know FBA like to change the definition, but yeah, nonetheless, what is your thoughts on this whole switch? Do you support it, or what do you think?
Man, I love this shit. Hey, Black Americans, take a note out this book, y'all. This is what we need to do. These motherfuckers be flip-flopping like a mug. If they don't go for your policies or what you want for your group, it's okay to flip-flop. You feel me? My favorite honky, man, Nick Fuentes, man. Keep doing your thing with your bad toupee, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Oh my God, come on, you're hilarious. All right, Lamb, you're being quiet. What do you think about that clip?
First of all, you can't say that you're smarter than the average individual when this motherfucker forgot to end his stream and got caught looking at gay schmorn, okay? Let's take a break. Second of all, I have been beating my chest about this since AmFest. The conservatives and the Republicans need to stop giving this motherfucker oxygen. We need to stop allowing him to AmFest. We need to stop allowing
Why?
him
He
to
wasn't
flip
at
his
he wasn't at
Yes,
AmFest.
yes, he was. He was most
He
certainly
wasn't
at
in the building. He wasn't in the
was
building.
not at the building, but he was holding stuff outside of it. But they
Where?
were
I never
people
seen him. I was
people
there.
were still holding meetings.
Listen, y'all. I am part of Rise.
Find your
I did
clips.
not see him
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah, this
I saw
absolutely
Myron.
happened.
But to give backstory, just so y'all know, the reason why Myron was there is because Myron is a donor. So he has to be like giving 30, 40. He was sponsored by a big donor, someone that's given a lot of money to be there.
Yeah, like this is my thing. We need to treat the groypers the same way that Democrats treat the far left. Put them in a box, put them in a storage container, lock the storage container, and forget they fucking exist. Stop giving them platforms. Stop giving them megaphones. Stop allowing them into meetings. Stop allowing them into cabinets. Stop allowing them to fucking exist and have a voice. Stop giving the groypers oxygen. Stop platforming them. Stop talking about them. Stop letting them exist. Because once you take this away, they just turn into another irrelevant, edgy 4chan wannabe cuckhead who lives in their mom's basement. They're all the same. They're all anti-Jewish, anti-black, anti-Latina. They're all racist, bigoted, uneducated, small-minded, lazy motherfuckers.
So why I keep talking about his clips, whether y'all like it or not, he is trending. He is being
I know
talked
he's
about.
trending.
So, I mean, I understand people are getting mad that I play his clips, but this is why I play his clips, because whether y'all like it or not, unfortunately, he's trending. He's getting millions of views. A lot of these young white boys look up to him. Whether I agree, actually, let me not even say white, because minority men like Andre do look up to him. And I'm not lying.
He's not always wrong, and I've always said that. He's not always wrong.
For the record, I'm not saying take their freedom of speech away. What I'm saying is when we get to the big boy table and these meetings are happening at these conferences like AmFest and these political conferences like the RNC, where these big boy policy meetings are happening, don't let them through the fucking door. Don't allow them behind the scenes. Don't allow them to have a voice. Don't allow them to get in your ear.
I have to sorry, I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No, you're
Let
good.
you guys go because I'm going through the board right now and I have to put my phone away. But Lamb Chop, I just want to give you a shout out. Thanks for acknowledging that the Democrats suppress the left. That's the fucking problem with the Democrats. They suppress the left. because the Democrats
Kim,
are not left. But
thank you for coming. Be safe.
All right, Kimberly.
bye.
Bye, love.
Bye. Now,
Bye.
I'm gonna tell y'all. Right now, I got the ICE number on speed dial, y'all. If y'all want to keep Kimberly over there in tier 1.
Stop it. That's diabolical. Stop it.
Shout out to Kimberly. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
wait.
fucked up.
Before Enzo responds, I want to get Gray, the Democrat on the chat's opinion. Do you see a difference between the far right groypers and Republicans, or are they all the same to you? Tell the truth, because you be talking shit to me in the mornings when we talking politics.
Ask that again. Say it again.
Do
What was the
you
question?
see the difference between the far right groypers and regular Republicans?
Yes. What I'll say with the groypers, I feel like it's more independent thinking. Like with MAGA, with conservatives, you can say, okay, they'll say one thing one day. If Trump comes out and says something different than that, they say something different than that. Whereas the far right, America First people, they're gonna say whatever you can't really predict it. You can kind of predict what a MAGA person.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, do you think the Republicans and the groypers are all the same as far as racism? That's what I'm asking you. Don't try to dance around the question. Don't tap dance.
Okay, racism. Well, today, someone that works at Turning Point USA in Florida, basically another Nazi racist text group chat. So are we able to say, and Byron Donalds, who was running for governor in our state, actually condemned it, who Trump endorsed for a Republican candidacy. But how can I say within that chat, they said multiple negative things about black people, about killing black people, all types of stuff.
Let me say this. Let me say this. As somebody who is a woman of color, who went to Turning Point USA, who was actually there in those spaces, I have never felt more welcome, more loved, more accepted. I never felt any ounce of racism. I'm being honest with you. And the first time we went, there was something off when Charlie was there. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not blaming Charlie. I think Charlie was under a lot of pressure when we went to the first event that with me and you, Gray. But when I went in Arizona, white people, black people, Spanish people never felt anything. In fact, white people were jumping to talk to us when they knew we were part of Rise, when they saw we were minority conservatives. I never felt anything. But before I have Enzo answer, King Alon of Israel, thank you for becoming a member. Go ahead.
So my entire thing is with this. The far left and the far right are one and the same. I watched this clip earlier, actually. It was from Peaky Blinders, and it was explaining that the farther you go left, the farther you go right, the more you come back in a circle. And it's exactly the same. That's exactly what the far left is and exactly what the far right is. When it comes to Nick Fuentes, I just want to call him out for being one of the biggest liars that I've ever seen in my entire life. Saying you're a day one Trump supporter when you couldn't even vote in the 2016 election. Hilarious to me. You're a day one Trump supporter, as well as Andre, too. I'm going to call Andre out for that because both of you are younger than me. I just turned 18 in October of 2016. A month and a day before the election, I turned 18 and registered to vote. Y'all motherfuckers are a year younger than me. You're born in 98 and 99. Y'all ain't no day one Trump supporters. So for anyone of this America First group, which is hilarious to me as well, you're a Mexican. By descent, you're a Mexican. Tap dancing for white supremacists. What happens when the white supremacists get into power? What happens when the Nazis get into power? Because here's the thing. Yes, there were Spanish people and black people and people of color and people that were not the Aryan fucking race and white-eyed and blue eye or white hair and blue eyes with the Nazis too. You know what happens when they got into power and they used you to get into power? They fucking slaughtered you like they slaughtered everybody else that was not a part of that part of their race, their superior race. They are using you. They are using you. And to platform somebody like that, for somebody to come to the rise like they did, really makes me question the education in America, because the amount of, like I said the other night, when I'm just gonna say it straight up, call him out, Andre. The amount of low IQ takes that I heard come out of this man's fucking mouth,
Can I be petty?
literally made my head spin. Hold on. I'm sorry. The Groypers are the dumbest fucking people I've ever met in my entire life. And they are, in my eyes, I'm sorry, because a lot of them are of this age, products of No Child Left Behind. And like Lamb said, throw them out. And how about this? The left, for Nick to say that he's going to vote Democrat, I want the Democrats to get into power. I want the Democrats to get into power now, wholeheartedly, just so I can see all these motherfuckers go down with the ship. Because you think the Democrats are just going to let you in after everything you guys have been spewing for the last year or the last 10 years? No. You think censorship was bad in 2020 just for conservatives? Imagine what they're going to do to your racist ass. They're going to turn you into a piñata. That's what they're
I'm
going
going to
do.
let Lamb have the last word, but to your point, there are multiple chats of them dragging Myron Gaines and telling Myron, we don't want you here. We don't want your kind here. In fact, when Myron was there, you know what people, I will say, there were rumblings. People were like, we don't want him here. He's a degenerate Muslim. I will say, I did hear people say that. They didn't want him there. They don't want him around. So anyways, keep going.
Was it the piss mill?
Huh? Myron?
Was it the piss smell? You know, you drink camel piss, right?
First of all, he was there with that broke face girl. She had a busted face, and he thought she was so damn cute.
Listen, it brings me great joy knowing that Andre is a Groyper. You know what my favorite part of the other day was?
Look from software up.
What? Skynet, is that you?
I don't think Andre is Groper. I don't think he is one.
He is. He's admitted he was.
Yeah. So you know what my favorite thing?
We need to confirm this. I don't know if Andre considers himself. We gonna ask.
Listen,
Sunday.
from the other night. Remember when
Sunday night, we're hosting a debate? It's Andre versus Ohaji, aka Syncopal Black Theory. That's a shameless plug, but keep going.
Remember when Andre told me I didn't know shit about geopolitics? Remember when he said I was wrong and I didn't know shit? And would you look at that? I happened to be scrolling Newsmax, and I saw a clip from Carl Higbie echoing every goddamn fucking thing I said in that episode to a T. To a fucking T.
You can't let him get under your skin, Lamb.
It's not under my skin. I just love being right. Listen, it's not about him getting on my skin. It's about he's now fed my ego. Feed my ego. Please tell me how I'm wrong on geopolitics. So again, I can see in 3 days somebody else on Fox News or CNN or One America, like any of the cable news network, echoed the same thing that I've been beating my chest about on TikTok for the past 4 months regarding the entire geopolitical landscape. Please.
Well, we're gonna switch gears because I know Gray wants to move on. I can tell. Gray wants to talk about this. This is first crush ever. Yeah. Britney Spears.
This is heartbreaking.
This is
He's
so
my first
sad.
crush. I'll admit it.
Yeah, I love Britney Spears. Free Britney. We was yelling that. Should we have freed her? I don't know. We're gonna answer that tonight. Here's Britney Spears. Very sad what's happening with Britney Spears. Here's a